Well, since today the lesson is a geography lesson, I found it fit to start by showing you a map. Take a look at this world map. This is a geophysical world map, and as you can see, the different geographical features that is, the mountains, the rainforests, the deserts are shown in different colors, and each colors gives us an idea of what we see. So, I will ask you some questions, and I would like you to pause a little bit, think about it, and answer to yourselves. For example, if you take a look at this map, which large areas are green? Here and here and here. Pause it, think, and answer to yourselves. The answer is rainforests. Now, why do you think rainforests are shown in green here? That's because in real life, rainforests are green. As we know, rainforests get a lot of rain, and this allows plants to grow, so that's why they're shown in green. Now, if you take a look at this map again, and this time in these areas here, these areas are shown brown or yellowish on the map. So, what areas are these? If you take a look at this point here, you can understand. So, these are deserts. Why do you think deserts are shown in brown or yellowish color? That's because they get very little rain, so there are no plants there, and therefore they are brown or yellows in real life. So, as you can understand, these places, these areas, have different climates. As we saw before, a climate is the year-round weather conditions in a place, in an area. So you understand that while here is hot and dry, here is wet and warm. And some extra information, this is the Sahara Desert, and this is the Amazon rainforest. So back to our books now. Pupils book, page 80. And what we're going to do here is read and talk about extreme climates, and talk about what it would be like to live there. At the end of this lesson, you will have to make a poster. Now, let's take a look at the 4 habitats that we can see here. I would like you to tell me what you see. Pause and tell me what you can see. These two show more or less the same type of habitats. So here we have deserts, ice and snow, and this is part of a forest or maybe a rainforest. Now, I want you to pause again, pause the recording, and describe the weather in these pictures. In the deserts, it's hot and sunny. Here in the ice and snow, it's cold and snowy. And in the rainforest, it's warm and wet. Let's go to exercise 14. Here you have to talk, and you will have to talk about your favorite type of weather. What is the weather that you like the most? The type of weather that you like the most. So I will ask you to pause, think, talk to yourselves, and then I will give you some ideas. If you wish, you can practice the ideas again after I give them to you by pausing, actually, by pausing the recording again. I'm giving you some possible answers. My favorite type of weather is warm and sunny because I can go out and play. I can ride my bike. I can go for a walk. As you can see, it is important to explain why you like this type of weather. Others might like snow. So my favorite type of weather is snowy because I like seeing the snow falling, or because I can play snowball fights, throwing snow at each other, because I can make a snowman. Others might like windy weather. So my favorite type of weather is when it's windy because I like the wind in my face. For others, rainy weather might be best. So a possible answer here would be my favorite type of weather is rainy when it's rainy because I like the sound of the rain, and also I like feeling the rain in my face. Okay, you can pause and practice if you wish at this point. Now we will have the chance to listen at the piece, and also at the same time you must be following it reading. And after you get the information about some places and the climate in these places, you will have to match the places that you will see and here in the text with the climate in these areas. For example, where is it that there is no rain? Where is it that it's extreme cold? Where is it that there is a lot of rain? Where are winters mild? And where is it very hot and dry? The places that we will see in the text are Southern Europe. And here I want you to remember that Southern Europe is the area where Greece, Italy, and Spain are. Okay, this is Southern Europe. Okay, we will learn about Lut Desert, a desert in Iran or Iran, Atacama Desert in Chile. Okay, this is in South America. This is the place called, I think, Lloro in Colombia, and Oymyakon, a place in Russia. Okay, so at this point, we will have the chance to listen, and I want you to follow.
Listen and read, then match. Changing climates. The year-round weather in a place is called climate. It isn't the same for every place on the planet, and it usually changes with the seasons. In Southern Europe, for example, winters are usually mild. It often rains, but it doesn't snow much. Summers are generally dry and warm. In some places, however, the climate is the same all year long, and it can be extreme. The Lut Desert in Iran is very hot and dry all year round. The temperatures there can be 70 degrees Celsius. Because of the extreme temperatures, some parts of the Lut Desert have no life at all. Now you know why not many people go there. The Atacama Desert in Chile, on the other hand, is very popular with tourists. The temperatures are mild all year round, but in some parts of this desert, it never rains at all. People say the Atacama Desert looks like the moon, and they love its natural beauty. If it never rains in the Atacama Desert, it rains almost every day in Joro, Colombia. Joro gets an average of 13 meters of rain every year. That's a lot. The trees grow very quickly because of the wet climate. In Oymyakon, Russia, winters are very long and cold. It snows all the time, and temperatures can be minus 70 degrees Celsius. If you think that snow means no school, you're wrong. Schools close only when the temperature is below minus 52 degrees Celsius. Places with a good climate are very popular, but lots of sun and high temperatures isn't everyone's idea of a good climate. Some people really like the cold or wet weather, so long as everyone's happy.
So now you will have to try exercise 15. Pause, match, and play the recording again so that you can get the answers. So, in Southern Europe, the climate is this. Mild winters. Mild winters is what people experience in Southern Europe. Here, Lut Desert in Iran. It's very hot and dry, like in every desert. Now, Atacama Desert in Chile. There is no rain. Here in Joro, and I want you to excuse my Spanish. Joro is the way that we pronounce this place. So a lot of rain there. And finally, Oymyakon in Russia. As you can guess, it's extreme cold. Now I want you to read the first paragraph very, very carefully, because I'm going to ask some comprehension questions and we're going to discuss a few things here. Pause, read carefully, and we'll be back. What is climate? Pause and answer. Climate is the year-round weather in a place. That is the typical, the usual weather all around the year. Is it the same for every place on the planet? Pause and answer. No, it isn't. For example, in the Sahara Desert, it's hot and dry. And for example, in Russia, is cold and snowy. Is the weather the same all year round? Exactly the same all year round? Pause and try to answer. No, it isn't. It usually changes with the seasons, so we see different weather in different seasons. Here in Greece, for example, the summer is hot, okay, and dry, okay, but winter can be cold or mild, okay. So what are winters like in Southern Europe? Greece is in Southern Europe, so winters here are usually mild. So what does mild mean? Describe the mild weather. So mild means that it often rains, but it doesn't snow much, and also that summers are generally dry and warm. So that's all for today. Bye.